All right, we're doing this thing again. Bad angles, good vibes. I guess this is a vlog. Is it 4? I think I've got 2 up. I don't know. But, so I've been kind of skipping out because I'm not very good at being consistent and be confident enough to record in the gym. So I really wish I got yesterday. I did the legs yesterday. I was doing the leg press. Somehow magically was able to add like 50 pounds onto my, not 50 pounds, it's actually 90 pounds onto my, my squat press. And then like, what is it? About 30 pounds onto my hack squats. So we're now like getting ready because next year going into preseason and getting ready for the OCBs in May. So January I'll have to start the cut. Hoping that tomorrow morning I get down to like 175. I've been wanting 175 for a while. That was my goal back when I started. The coach that I work with is from a company called Pro Prep. If you ever look them up, I highly recommend it. The only downside with them is it's a little bit pricey, but all things considered, if you're going to go with a coach, it's going to be expensive one way or the other. But number one, they're good. And number two, it's honestly not that bad. Like, I pay, for my guy, about $200. I used to work with another guy, Andrew, who was like their top coach. But, meaning top, he was like the founder, and he's got like his bachelor's and like all this shit. So, I couldn't afford him anymore, and I went down to their other guy. This guy, Stewart. Great guy. Both of them are fantastic. Don't get me wrong. Like, Stu is just as good as Andrew, but Stu is more I'd say bodybuilder focused versus Andrew is more all around sports. Switching up my program. Stu switched up my program. Last month we were doing it was kind of like half bodybuilder, half like weightlifter. We do it Mondays, like a big compound day where I'd literally do all my big lifts. It was like bench, squat, deadlift, and then go into like dips and pull-ups and overhead press. So that was like a really taxing day. I like it more spread out. Now it's a lot less of those big compound movements. I'm not really doing them. At least as far as lower body goes. My lower body right now is like hack squats and leg presses. So I'm interested to see how my legs are going to go with that. So today is going to be the second chest and back. From when I was looking, it's like T-bar rows, lat pull downs, etc., etc. Some other stuff is like, I think we're doing like flies and like decline bench. I don't want to shit on Stu, but I don't really like decline. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm going to fight with the coach because I know what's better. When in reality, he's been fucking doing it way longer than me. But just from what I've seen, I just don't like I kind of just don't like decline. I just feel like it's one of those exercises where it's like, I feel like I can put more energy to something else. But, I'm not going to at least get in my head with that while I train. Switching angles. I usually keep this low. I wish I had like a thing to put on my thing, but I'm a broke bitch. So I'm just going to do this by hand. I usually keep the phone down because I don't want the cops to catch me because I'm actually driving. Sorry, you gotta watch this. I gotta power it down. There we go. Alright. As I was saying, I'm not gonna let, just because I don't like an exercise, it might have a benefit that I'm not aware of, so I'm just gonna at least give it a shot and at least, actually put in the effort on this exercise. Last time I did decline was on Monday, and I was not liking it, but I think that was my shoulder. That's also why I don't think I uploaded a video on Monday. I had like an AC. Oh, my phone charger came out. My AC joint was like pinching a nerve. I know I'm not the other one who gets this, but like I know other people get it as well. Like when you sleep, and you kind of if you sleep on your side, and you kind of like to be like kind of half on your stomach, half on your side, it can kind of like pinch your nerves in your shoulder. It fucks you up. So I'm actually trying to retrain myself when it comes to sleeping to be more, slow charging. Might as well take this out. Very low tech on this channel. I try to open up my shoulder by kind of leaning back a little bit instead of leaning forward, so that way I'm putting less pressure on that area. But yeah, my shoulder was sucking, and I had to like stretch it out, and it was really sucking for a few days. But it's back to normal. It's amazing actually how quickly your body goes if you just don't fucking be an idiot. I used to do that a lot. I used to like really push myself with shit. Like now at least I know the difference between, all right, stop being a bitch, versus like ease up the throttle, and like also you need to stop. Like there's 3 levels, I think. And a lot of times it's that middle level of you need to slow down where people fuck up the most. I did that at least. I had a growth cut out of my right wrist, and I was like, I'm gonna go back in the gym in like 5 days. When really I'm like, you should have waited a week. Man, I'm congested. Super excited because my diet's changing next week too. And I actually be able to eat with my family, so I'm happy about that. I think that's all for now. Once we get in there, I'm gonna try to actually be loud and actually speak to my phone instead of being like the like I've been doing these last few vids where I couldn't even fucking hear anything, but I posted anyway. So yeah. Flat pull downs. So on these, I don't have to go too wide because I'm small. And the fact that I'm going to go that far at all, I'm really close to it. Something I like to imagine is that my back is actually pulling it down on my arms. So really helps me focus, but also kind of should make something like this. This one's giving me more of a run than I thought. I did decline, but still hurt my ACL hit. So I kind of just figured something. But, you know, it's one of those things where I realize maybe you're just not ready. Alright, let's try this one. It's 6. I'll shoot for 6 again. I felt like I could have got 2 more on the last one. Alright. I gotta go later. So, alright. 160, let's try. On down. Alright. So, 150. You're good. I don't feel good about recording. That was so creepy. I think that's supposed to be normal. Alright. Have it. No headphones on this one. Alright. Let's go. Oh, no hat. No luck, no hat. I think there was a sound. Let's go, Craig. Yes. Fuck. Take myself out. Alright, so we finished up. We're in the car right now. And yeah, had to cut out early because I've had a long day and the kid was going nuts for some reason tonight. So if I lose, honey, it's your fault. Just kidding. No, I had a good day. You know, one of those things sometimes that at least I figure works better for me is sometimes, you know, when you have a life and you have those things that pop up last minute and you're like, oh shit, I'm in a rush. Instead of just rushing through the rest of your workout, it might be better to just cut out some of the, I don't want to say fat, but at least some of the workouts where you know, okay, I'm not as good or proficient and it's not gonna hit exactly what my weak points are or what I'm trying to make my strong points, so I'd rather jump to something else. So for example, after the close grip Smith press, I just moved over to flies because it's supposed to be dumbbell pullover, but I was like, you know what, I'd rather put the rest of my energy into that pec deck. I'm actually gonna have to use this light now, and I'm gonna have to switch my angle to bad because I actually have to head home. Bless my wife for dealing with a toddler after a stressful day in the Army, which I know how bad it can be and how fucking dumb shit can get. But she's a saint nonetheless. So I'm gonna head home. Probably stop by Publix or Kroger, get some food. So yeah, You know, one of those things with this that I'm doing, you know, I didn't want to do it in the beginning, and I still don't really want to do it. But I think I'm going to keep doing it, because maybe it's just going to help me hearing out my thoughts. And, like, for example, in there, like, catching myself, like, oh, shit, I shouldn't do this exercise. Is bothering me a bit right now. I don't know if that, my ACL is just maybe a little irritated or something, but we're going to see what's going on with that. It's one of those buys and tries. Gotta do some weird shit tomorrow, like the JM press. I swear, all this shit that I'm doing where I feel like, oh no, what the fuck am I doing? This is gonna be something stupid. Yeah, it all turns out that it works. I mean, every exercise has a purpose. But I think it's one of those things where it's kind of, you gotta push yourself to be uncomfortable, but also you gotta work with what works for you. And what I mean by that is, like, you know, you shouldn't give up on an exercise just because it's uncomfortable. There's certain exercises that I'd want to give up for a while that I really didn't like, and that I still don't like. But I should probably try to do it more, or at least try to get better form, because I know that at least, if it's not going to at least help me out in this form, this exercise is going to help me out with other stuff. Like deadlifts and squats have really made me focus on my core a lot. And there's other things that even I don't even pay attention to sometimes that I should much more, like my breathing. But I think it's just one of those things you got to just process through. Even then, breathing techniques are kind of 50-50. Maybe, you know, probably shouldn't say that. There's probably someone who's going to disagree with me, but I feel like it's one of those things where if it works for you, it works for you. But, yeah. So tonight is low day, so it's probably going to be like some kind of chicken and rice. I know my wife wanted chicken and rice. What else? Gotta get more sleep tonight. I was gonna maybe like stay up a little late tonight, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Got my gas fireplace working, which is great. Yeah, I mean, see, heading home right now. That guy's driving. I really gotta get like a holder or something. I hope everyone could hear me, or y'all could hear me in there, because that's one of those things where maybe I should just either A, get a microphone, or B, just go during empty hours so I can talk and feel less self-conscious. Because I mean, I'm always self-conscious. I think that's something that has been really hard for me to work on, and it's something that I'm gonna have to really overcome, because to an extent I'm good at being open. Like, for example, when I go, like, I have a public speaking class, and I have to say I'm really good at it. Like, I don't want to sound arrogant, but I am, because, like, it's one of those things where they're like, choose a topic to speak about, you know, make it, you know, demonstrative or argumentative or informative. So I'm like, okay. And a lot of times I just talk about this stuff, like, you know, my first presentation was about how to squat, and that's, you know, an exercise which I spent a very long time trying to master, at least. And I don't even think I'm near master levels with it. But to an extent, I'd say I'm very good at squats. So, as far as technique goes, because like that was one thing at least one of the coaches used to hammer me on, and he got, like, when we were working on my squats, they got fucking perfect. Like, pause squats are the key to a good squat, I'd have to say. But, you know, when you get up there, it's one of those things where I can, like, get up there and I can babble on for 20 minutes if I wanted to. There's times where I run out of time because there's so much stuff I want to talk about. Like, I was saying, my last speech was about why the FDA needs to regulate supplements. You know, I'm like, this is, you know, what's going on with the industry. This is the loophole that they've created, and this is, like, the dangers because of it. And, like, honestly, like, you know, I even threw in the end, I'm like, the only supplement I would take is creatine. It's the most, you know, tested supplement out there. It's a naturally, you know, occurring compound, and unless you have, like, kidney problems or some other function where your body can't handle the creatine, I mean, it's perfectly fine and it's good for you. But it's one of those things where, like, when I'm in the gym, that's been one of those things of, like, growing my confidence. And I think everyone has that, where they they look at the big guy in there and they go, holy shit. And then they kind of like, I don't know, there's just some kind of fear thing. When really the biggest guy in there is usually the nicest. I'm not saying that I'm the biggest guy at all. No, I'm fucking tiny. I've been doing this for about, I went back in the gym around March. And then I really got serious in May. That's when I went with the company, at least. But I was serious to begin with. Like, I really was not doing good. But like, all this stuff helped me out. I actually texted one of my platoon sergeants today just to tell him thank you for teaching me this. Because to be honest, like, this sport has been one of the best things for me. Just emotionally, physically, spiritually, just all about. When you start doing this, it's amazing what happens to you. But, you know, I'll just share my story, I guess. I've always wanted to. I was in the Army for 4 years, and I made some bad decisions because, I'm not going to get into the whole past with that, but I really started relying heavily on alcohol for medication. Just for like emotional reasons. And I got married, and you know, my wife ended up pregnant, and I still was drinking and really not doing good. I learned about bodybuilding from a platoon sergeant, and then I had an injury, and I kind of just let myself go. And I met my wife after I had my injury, and I let myself go for a while. And even when my daughter was born, I was still, even that didn't sadly snap me out of it. It wasn't until like a few months after she was born, you know, I only stopped drinking a little bit, like at least dialed it down because of, you know, the sleep and stuff. But, started seeing Tom Platz videos, and I started like really falling in love with it again. And then, February time, and you know, from my daughter being born in September, even though I was still drinking and not taking care of myself, I was at least getting a little bit better with the drinking. And then my grandmother died, and I had a kind of a moment when I was in the church, and I saw my father, who was very obese, and I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna fucking kill myself if I keep doing this. Like, I was 215 pounds, I'm only 5'7". So I was like, I need to get back in the gym, I need to fall back in love with bodybuilding. So I got on the scales, 215 in February. Hopefully, when I get on tomorrow, this morning I got on, it was like 176.2. Hopefully, when I get on tomorrow, I want to see 175. I feel it coming in after this low day. I feel like my weight's going to be down. And, you know, it's been a journey for me this year a lot. You know, stopping drinking. You know, I don't want to say I'm an alcoholic, because I'm at the point now where, you know, I can have one or two glasses and, you know, be fine. But I try, you know, this I don't really even want to call it sport. This art has kept me in line, and it's helped me learn to push myself and realize I'm capable of a lot more. And it's made me realize a lot about myself, about, you know, a lot about how much how much I love my family, and how much, you know, how to really love myself. And that's been hard, because I've been very hard on myself for a long time. And you know, now I'm doing this, and I don't know what's gonna happen with my videos. I don't know what's gonna happen with me. I might get hurt again, and I might fall apart. But I'm hoping, at least, I don't know, maybe I can help someone out who's also kind of in my shoes right now. You know, someone who's overweight, and, you know, they want to, you know, get better. But I don't know, I just want to help people. It's all I've ever really wanted to do. It's why I was a medic in the Army. It's why I'm going back to school for medicine. It's one of those things. Two things I know in this world is, well, three things is, I have an amazing family. Bodybuilding is a part of my soul, and I was put on this earth to help people. And maybe it's through this, maybe it's through my job, but yeah, you know, I'm going back to school for medicine, so hopefully I do good. But yeah, that's my vlog for today. If anyone ever sees this, If I have anything to say, you hope you're having a good day too, and I hope things get better if they're not going good.